from East Texas. Yeah. Is that black cat out there? I guess it's a black cat. It's not crossing in front of us. It's okay. Good morning, folks. Come on, let's get it going here. Somebody got to say something, or it's just gonna be me and Buster, Woody. There we go, Chris. All right, back to number one. All right. Good morning. Uh, I'm gonna take it easy today. I'm tired. We've had a good morning, Toya. Good morning. Uh, it rained hard here yesterday. Good morning, Marcia. Good morning, Michelle, Sarah, Crystal, Kate, or maybe it's Katie, whichever, Tammy, Rebecca, Colette, Delinda, Reba. Guys, I've got a delivery coming here, so I'm gonna have to probably kind of play it with my ear, okay? Stop, Buster, y'all get out of the way. This guy comes on up the hill here. I'll flag him down here. Hello, look this way, look this way. Hello, look this way. He's not looking my way. He's not looking my way. He drove right on by me. Well, I'll have to walk out here and flag him down here in a second, okay? So, kind of go with me. I'll take y'all with me. I don't know. I'll tell him where to set it, and then we can get back to our rat killing here. I'm sitting out here in plain daylight. Maybe it's too early to see. Maybe it's just too early. So let me, he went all the way down beside my house. If you don't mind, just hang on where we're at. Don't lose our thought, and I'm gonna drive over and tell him where to set this stuff, and we'll get right back over here. Come on, Buster, if you wanna go. There you go. All right, here you go. There we go. On it. You can just set it over here somewhere. Be fine.
That way?
Yeah, we're building back here in the back. So wherever you can get to, that'd be good. Awesome. Thank you, buddy. All right, take care of that. Yeah, have y'all ever had a live like this? Buster, you want to say something? Buster's a little bit upset. I'll tell you why here in a second. Come on, Woody. Get out of the man's way. You know, Jill's at the hospital this morning, okay? Jill's at the hospital this morning. And, come on, boys. That's a delivery, Dorothy. Dorothy. All right. At 6 o'clock this morning, Jill had to be at the hospital. We haven't heard nothing yet. We haven't heard nothing yet, as far as I know. I'm sure she will come out and holler when she hears something. It's gonna be a girl, we know that. So we'll Dustin, then we're gonna have 4 girls. He won't have no hair at all in no time, because girls can take that hair off your head so quick. Yeah, they can. So anyway, good morning, guys. Let's get back to you guys. Y'all heard enough about this here. Man is delivering some pickets to finish our picket fence. Thank you, Dorothy. And Peggy, good morning. Debbie, William, good morning. I have not shaved. I was going to point that out, Will, before you had to jump in here. I have not shaved. And I hope it's okay with you guys. I'm tired last night and I went and took a shower. I said, I'm not shaving. I'm going to take a shower and go to bed. that's the way it is. Now, today I rest up, I may go shave. And then again, I may not. I may be like old Ronnie, just lay up in bed all day, eat Cheetos. Anyway, good morning. Guys, listen to me. We've got, I'm gonna show you real quick. All that rock spread. Look here. Look how nice that look. Old Dan did a great job all the way around that slab. It's so smooth and leveled out, and it's rock. Crushed concrete's what it is. But I had a little issue yesterday. I had called the same guy I used the first day for a load, and he said, I don't know if we can get to you or not. I said, well, let me know if you can. Okay. I didn't hear no more from him all day. So toward the afternoon, I said, you know, evidently ain't gonna get none, so I called another place. And we'll be right out. Nice folks. They came. But before he got here, the lady called and said he's on his way. He'll be here about 3:30. I said, okay, great. I'll watch for him. At 3:30, another truck drives up. I didn't know, you know. I don't know who I'm looking at. Just a truck drives up with a load of crushed concrete, and he said, where? And I pointed, he dumped it. Then here comes the truck I ordered from. I just paid this guy. And he evidently, the guy I talked to early that morning, who never called me back, never texted me or nothing, said he'd let me know, just sent a truck. So here I'm sitting with 2 trucks. Well, I could have sent the other guy back, but that wouldn't have been right for him, you know. It wasn't his fault. Maybe it wasn't my fault, maybe it was, I don't know. Because I did send a guy back a message later that day, and when I never heard from him, when I ordered from the other place, it says, don't worry about it, I got another truck coming. And maybe he didn't read that email, or maybe he didn't care. I don't know. So I told the guy, I said, look here, and most of these guys want cash. They don't want checks. I said, I'll just give my cash to this guy here. You can take that load back with you, or I can give you a check. It's up to you. He said, I'll take a check, but tomorrow I know you. I didn't know this guy, but he knew me. I said, go ahead and dump it right here. So Dan gets home, and he got 2 loads to spread. Dad, 2 loads. I said, but it's an accident, but it's there. It can get used. I said, if you don't need it here, well, use it on the driveway. So that was my dilemma yesterday. Now let's get back to you guys. Here we go. Martine, someone is sending prayers. Let me know what's going on here. I didn't get to see it. Probably flashing by when I'm talking. Good morning, Carol. Debbie, good morning. Diane, prayers are being sent to Martine. God will know the issue, but I don't know what's happening. Gigi's doing fine, okay? Well, thank you, Mary. I look dapper. One lady said I look dapper. And Roddy said I look like, well, I ain't gonna say the word. Anyway, well, thank you, Marie. I'm looking great. Roddy, you see that? I'm looking great. Maybe the blue eyes, Roddy. That makes it mad too if somebody says something about my eyes. Good morning from Nebraska. Good morning, Martine. I was gonna pray a prayer for you. God will know what it's all about, okay? Now listen, anybody got a birthday besides Doris? Doris let me know yesterday. Tomorrow's my birthday. Anybody? And I told Doris, I said, you got to hang on to your seat, because I may blow you away. Good morning, Golden Boy Steve. Oh, Steve is a good my Golden Boy. Steve is a good guy. No, I'm serious, he's just good. Hard-working guy. He's not like Ronnie and Will, you know. Oh, them guys. we'll get someone here when it's raining because his wife locks him in the bedroom because she ain't gonna deal with it. Good morning, Steve and Susan. Talked to them yesterday too. They called checking on G. Sweet people, sweet people. And that makes old Roddy mad. Roddy gets mad I call somebody sweet. If I say Jimmy's sweet Jimmy, Jimmy ain't no good. G is feeling good. Listen to me. She busted her butt out here. There was a little root. Yeah, had a little loop in it. You come up, just a loop, just enough to catch her foot. And down she went. I was so thankful that she didn't get hurt. I was so thankful that she didn't, a little bit closer, she'd been on this concrete. It could have been horrible, bad, horrible. But she bounced, I'm fine, I'm fine. I said, okay, the boys, get her up, get her up. They got her up, she had dirt all over her face, I think in her eyes and her mouth, everywhere else, breathe over here, clean her all up. But yeah, she's fine. I thought, well, tomorrow morning, she'll feel it. Not a bit. Got up the next morning, I said, baby, how you feel? She said, I feel good. I said, you not hurt, no worries? No, I'm good. Yeah. And I didn't know anybody was videoing. That was Bree over sitting over here with my camera videoing. Nobody, I just over talking to that builder. Haven't got back with him yet. He's telling me his wife, she does all the brain work. You know how women are. They want to be in charge. But y'all know how it is. And he said, I'll take all this information, give it to my wife. She'll get back with you in a day or two. So I'm looking to hear from her anytime. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, she's just fine. We was talking about it yesterday, telling Jill. Yeah, Jill and Dust come by and brought Coda Bear and Carly to stay with us until all this is all done. They're back from the hospital and stuff. And the doctor told her, being they're going to induce labor and stuff, they may keep her for a couple of days. Everything goes well. So anyway, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Anyway, I was telling her, she said something, talking about G's fall, and I said, Jill, you may not know this yet. As you get older, your reflexes slow down. I was talking to Larry one day and Cuz too, and they said, they can't catch themselves. If they trip or something, they can't catch themselves anymore. It's just a dead fall, and I'm the same way. I've tripped a couple times, and God bless me, I didn't get hurt. I fell a couple times, just kind of roll with it best you can. Stick your hands out like that. If you get them out in time, you may end up breaking a wrist or something. That stuff happens. But anyway, yeah, and I don't have to use my cane all the time, but the cane helps a whole lot. Like it's just like in battles for you working out and this stuff. You got that cane, you kind of like 3 legs. Don't Ronnie? No, Ronnie. All right, I'm trying not to slam my coffee cup down on that table. Anyway, there you go, Francis. I fell before and hurt for several days too. Like I say, I try to fall away, fall on my shoulder or something like that, and that's a bad shoulder to start with, and it'd be sore for days, Anyway, but G's fine, okay? She's fine. Now, back to, the rock. Dan come yesterday, spread it all out, did a beautiful job. So this afternoon he gets home, he won't have to work. He can just kind of come home and kick back, relax. We got rains yesterday. I didn't know they'd even bring the rock with all the rain was getting. It come down for a while. Lightning and thunder. And it caught us out in it, and I took off for the carport, drove up underneath the carport, and it come a big old lightning burst, and old Buster got right up next to me. Woody's in the house. He wasn't gonna come out in that rain. He ain't coming out in the rain. But anyway, everything's good here. Good morning, Matthew. Good morning. Sandy, good morning. Molly, Shelly, Cherry, Sherry, There was a cherry and a sherry. Vienna, Francis. And I know Ronnie's out there if he didn't go back to sleep. Ronnie had to take his cat to the vet one day, and the vet said, I think you need to go with this neuter you when you're here. He said, no, I got a doctor's appointment. So Ronnie goes to his doctor, and that's all between him and his doctor. But he did tell me, he says, I've gained some weight. Well, Ronnie, get up off that bed and stop eating them Cheetos. Every time I talk to him, he laid up on that bed, that little dog in here, that little Heidi dog, and that little taco dog, and then a cat on the other side, and they fighting. And he laid up in bed with a mouthful of Cheetos. You're going to gain weight like that, Roddy. Now, about weight. I lost 15 pounds, and then I stuck there. I could stuck. Well, and probably, you know, we have Sunday dinners and stuff, so you got to go and eat with people, you know. You can't just diet all day, every day. So Sundays, you know, and then the other morning I got up and I cooked me a big breakfast. I just wanted breakfast. I just wanted to eat a breakfast. And my favorite breakfast is going to be fried eggs, bacon and sausage, biscuits, big glass of milk. Well, I probably gained weight off that, but anyway, but I've got my weight down another pound or two. This morning I lost a total of 17. Now, will that hold? I'm hoping. I'm off at 15. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it is. Oh, talk about junk food. It's so cute. Little old Coda Bear told her mama she wanted to go over and go see G. She says, why you want to go to G? She says, G has junk food. Junk food. Yeah, they get G in trouble. They come over and they want junk food, and she lets them have it because, you know, G is softy. She's a softy. And then they go back and tell her mama they got junk food. All right. Any other song? Anybody else have a birthday? Got to see if anybody on there with a birthday besides Doris. I got to sing to her. Dana K, good morning. Thank you. Carla K and Sweet Carol. Carol Sweet. Okay. Angel, good morning. Good morning. Nancy. Sharon. Tina. Debbie Buck. Okay. Atari. And Dolly. All right, yeah, Steve, Ronnie went back to sleep. I sent him a message earlier, but if he wakes up, he'd bad as old Wild Bill. And I called Bill, you know, Will, our friend Will. I said, he's a whole lot like, yeah, I hadn't seen Barry yet either. Will is a whole lot like a Wild Bill Hickok. Both in law enforcement, you know. So I changed his name to Wild Bill. I think we all should just call him Wild Bill. He's kind of a wild guy anyway. Plus, he likes to quick draw. You know, old Hickok was a quick draw artist. So is Wild Bill Schumann here. He practices in front of the mirror in his undies. Got to be fast to do that. Got to be fast. Hope he don't mess up. Let the gun go off on him in his undies. All right, here we go. Plum jelly was delicious. I had some plum butter, and here comes another truck, but it ain't. It's a sanitation truck. More everybody comes early, don't they? Yeah, I'll show you those. I'll show you those pickets in just a minute. Ben did a good job, and he run out. And I said, okay, go measure how much distance it is, and I'll go and get some more, and you can come back and finish it. Well, in the meantime, out there, I'd like to spank her. I'd probably get in trouble spanking her, but I'd get in trouble. She don't mind. There's several folks that don't mind that probably need it. But anyway, that's where those pickets come from this morning. So when Ben comes back, if he don't do it today, he'll get it tomorrow, next day. I wanted to unload my trailer so I can get out of that barn out there. Who are we spanking? Well, we need to spank a bunch of folks. Dorothy for sure. Karen's another one they need a good spanking. They don't listen. Okay, yes, the plum butter was good. I loved it. I've had it 2 mornings already. And I was able to pop that top when nobody was looking. And I'm trying to open it, people looking. I think it had like a little seal there on it. Somebody should turn it upside down, pop it on the bottom, it'll pop right off. I don't know. I'll try that. All right, here we go now for Doris. Doris, are you ready? I want you to brace yourself. Please, Doris. I'm not responsible if you start biting yourself. Okay, that happens. People get excited. You know, they get excited, okay? You start biting yourself, I'm not responsible. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Doris. Happy birthday to you. Okay. Happy birthday, sweetie. All right. I'm seeing for some kind of message I'm getting from some of you folks. Sometimes y'all telling me stuff and I'm talking and it zips by and I don't get to see what all it says. Someone having a birthday in 3 days, I said something like that, you gotta let me know. We will have the girls until Bay is with her dad, and she'll be back as soon as Jill gets out of the hospital. Bay'll be back, and we'll keep the girls until Jill's ready for them. 2 or 3 days, 4 days, whatever. But they're here, both of them here, and they were a lot of fun yesterday. But plus, we have their dogs. One's a German Shepherd, Addie, and the other one is a little, like a little half Chihuahua, whatever, mix. Stanza, something like that. And they both hate cats. Well, the only place we got them is we keep in our yard. And they both don't like cats. They don't chase them, but they bark at them, constantly. So all night long, when the cats come on the back patio, that's where they eat and everything else, they get barked at. So this morning I go out to feed, only about half of the cats are there, the other half out around the barn somewhere waiting. They'll eat somewhere else. I'll feed them probably on the front porch after a while. Those that didn't come to the back porch. Thank you there. Great singing. Has Ronnie returned? Okay, Ronnie must have been, good morning, Ronnie. Ronnie may have been having a little tummy problem this morning. Yeah. I couldn't wish it on a better person. All right. Thank you. Ronnie, they tell me I got a great voice and I look good. Dapper. I look dapper. Anyway, today, Ben's gonna come and he's gonna unload my trailer in the barn, and probably all winter long I'll be out there sorting stuff out. You may have saw I got my bees moved. I had no problems moving them. They were heavy. There was a lot of honey, I think, in that box, or a lot of bees. One or the other. I think it's more like more honey than bees, but there are a pretty good swarm of bees in it. Now, the ones in the woods, I haven't brought them up yet. I'm waiting to find out when these people are going to come start work. If she says it's going to be a couple of weeks, then I'll go ahead and move them. If they're like coming Monday or Tuesday, I probably won't move them till they get through, because I don't want bees out here that may be a little bit upset. They probably won't be, but they could be, and it stings some of the workers. And they say, we ain't working up there. So I got to make sure that works out, okay? The bees are in that little corral there of Breeze, and she's telling me yesterday the little fence she wants to build, a little project she wants to do. She's been wanting to do one for a long time. She said it's a perfect place. I was going to put a cow panel around in case she ever puts something else in there. Chickens won't bother. Chickens won't bother bees at all. But goats and stuff sometimes want to jump on a box, you know. Cows will knock one over. We've had that happen. So we've had that happen before. I remember several years ago, I was going out to feed up, and all the goats are out here in this pasture in the front back then. And I saw this goat. She looked strange, and that's when I first put Zippy and Queenie and Princess in there to wean them. They were just calves, and I put them in there to wean them. And there was this goat standing there, and her head looked. What happened to that goat? Well, I went out there looking at her, and her ears, I guarantee her ears was that thick, and her face was all puffed up. And I got what happened here. I thought at first it was a snake bite, and then I got to looking. I could see that beehive down there turned over on its side. Bees were everywhere. Boxes turned over. Honey spilt out on the ground. Ants in the honey. It was a mess. What happened? Those calves got to playing or investigating, and they knocked that hive over. And that goat probably, I guess, goes up to see what's going on, and they got her. She was okay. But I had to put my bee suit on, got my smoke and I went down, and I started putting it all back together like it goes. As soon as I got it all back together, I come home, got a cow panel and wrapped around it. So it's safe from that point on. And I give that hive to Buddy and Steph. And I told them why it's wrapped around that panel. So if they ever want to move them, fine, and we can remove the panel, but make sure that panel stays up there as long as there's animals in there. And that's what I was going to do here. She said, don't do that, Papa. I'm going to build my little fence. And I don't know, some kind of little fence with sticks and stuff. Might be cute. Good morning, mans. Tammy, Sharon, Jennifer, Amy, Lisa. So we've got everything. I think the builder come, kind of give you some updates on that. Nice guy. He called and said he's gonna come on. Supposed to come Tuesday. I think it was Monday afternoon. He called me and says, I'm going to check a job up out of Cleveland, and I can come by there if it's okay. I said, yeah, come on by. So he did, and got here and we're looking over the situation. He said, man, it's going to be great. He said, this concrete slab is going to be, that'll be where we start off. We'll level off from it, and make easy going for us. And we talked about the height and everything. We talked about the storm clips on it and the tie downs. And I said, well, look about it. One of your models shows a back porch. And he said, yes, sir. And I said, well, I want a back porch. I said, how big can I get it? He said, well, we could build it full length of your house if you want it. I said, well, I can't afford that, but I do want some estimates of what you can, different sizes, what would cost me, and we'll see kind of work them in there. And so they're going to add that in, and he's got to tell you, so you a veteran? I said, yes, I am. And he said, well, there'll be some discounts off of this stuff too for you, for veterans. He said, I'll give all this information to my wife. So then he told G, he said that we could put those partition walls, the interior framework in for you. I mean, it's going to be a cost to it. And she said, well, Lord, that'll save us a lot of work. So she gave me like a little blueprint that Kim had drawn, a little blueprint of ours. And he said he'll take that and they'll figure that in and different estimate, get these different things they offer, then we kind of choose which one we can go with. But it's going to be neat, I think. On the back porch, now they'll build steps. On the back porch, whatever size it is, I will eventually build a landing. I like not a landing, it's a ramp. I'll build a ramp. And someone says it's got to be 48 foot long. Well, I don't know. It might be a little steeper than that. But yeah, we'll put a ramp on there eventually on that back. But the back porch would be good too. It'd be convenient, like when we start moving furniture and stuff over, to come in the back door. I think it'd be a lot easier, you know, coming down that long porch and then in, you know. So it's going to be, I think it's going to work out good. Lester was concerned, and I understand his concern. He's concerned, well, like his mom fell right in front of him, you know. That's what worries me about you two trying to build, you know, getting hurt out here. I said, well, we're not going to get hurt. I mean, we could fall in our own house, you know, or fall down there feeding goats or something, you know. Just one of them deals. Oh, these guys, they always on Steve. Yeah, Steve. Yo, Ronnie, we call him Co-op Ronnie because he goes off to the co-op and he buys one tomato plant, already had tomatoes on it. And that's what he shows us. So I sent a picture of him with a cucumber. You got any of these? No. Well, my cucumbers ain't doing real well, but they're making enough for salads. I ain't gonna make no pickles. But I'm having salads every day with them. But anyway, so it's not all lost. But anyway, so he gets upset because Steve has a good garden, a real garden. Oh, you talk about Steve's garden, he must be golden boy. Well, yeah, he's a nice guy. I like to hang out with nice guys, Ronnie. I'm just picking on Ronnie. We have fun, guys. And listen, if you're new on here, if you're new, can we get some new names now and then popping up? You need to just join right in. You can't meet better people than these folks right here. If you see one there, you want to chat with them, or you got something you want to say, throw it out there. We're here. And but these folks, they'll talk with you, they'll pray with you, whatever you need, they'll do it. And they're just good people. And there's no other channel that I've seen like this. You may not learn nothing here. You know, you may not. But again, you may pick up on something. Cup of tea at 3:30 where Francis is. Where's that at, Francis? Cup of tea. All the way from you, Lou, come back here, Lou. I didn't get to see that. What your name was? Was it Lou? See, the names are kind of faded. UK, Lisa, no. Anyway, someone new from the UK. And I didn't get to catch the name right away. Anyway, you're welcome, sweetie. Good to have you here, okay? All you guys, make sure all these new people are welcomed, okay? And they will. These guys are good folks. And we have some good conversations here. And now and then, you'll see an outlaw, you know, like Ronnie and Wild Bill. They're our outlaws in this group. But they're good guys. They're good guys. Deep down, way deep, way deep. You gotta get deep. Lou, okay, Lou, okay. Good morning, Lou. Lou Ra. All right. There's Cindy from Ohio. Good morning, Cindy. Welcome to Cindy. Yes, ma'am. If you know, folks, and I've said this before, sometimes there's people out there, and I know some, not just you guys, I know people, you know, local folks that live alone. Family may be in the neighborhood and they may not be, but they get up in the mornings, they're by themselves, they make their coffee, they watch the news or whatever, or sit on a porch or whatever. You know, my grandmother didn't like the news, she'd go sit on a porch, drink coffee. I do that too sometimes. But some of these folks find they got somewhere they can kind of spend that hour with, you know, just chatting. They love it. You know, see what's going on with different people in different parts of the world. And these guys from all over the world here. and then listen to people's problems or people's, not just their problems, but their accomplishments and stuff. And it's just kind of join in. And some want someone to help pray for them or whatever, they'll do it. They sure do it. For you new folks, I had a donkey. Well, I still got him. His name is Ivan. And if you watch my videos, you'll see Ivan almost on every one of them because Ivan's a big part of me. Because Ivan and I have a lot of similarities. Ronnie. No, Ronnie gonna say, yeah, they're both an ass. Well, he is. But he got sick with tetanus. Vets didn't give him no chance. Just, he might, if he makes it 2 weeks, he might make it. But chances are he ain't gonna make it. Well, these folks on this channel right here, they started praying for Ivan. And one lady even went to her church and asked her church to pray for Ivan. Yeah, at prayer meeting. And they did. Ivan not only survived, he turned into a real, as Coda Bear says, a real donkey. Yeah. But yeah, they prayers do work. They do. And I've said before, so when they talk about prayer, sometimes God has another plan. And we may take it as a no, but he has a plan. All right. Jennifer says Ronnie does exorcisms with what was that? Cheetos and something. Well, I did see, when Dan and I was up there, we did see some chicken feet hanging in bushes, just the feet, Kind of scary. I said, damn, Ronnie must be into this voodoo stuff, just chicken feet. Yeah, Ronnie's a good man. Good man. The funniest thing about him, and I'll tell it, and then we'll move on, is his wife, sweet wife Diane. I know you ladies would not appreciate a husband like this. What are we having for supper? Yeah. You go in town, bring me some Cheetos. 2 packages. Family size. That kind of stuff. And one day, she comes in the bedroom where he's laying up there talking this big talk. And he kind of chewed on him with me sitting there listening. I loved it. I loved every second of it. and he's like speechless. And then there was a time weather was bad, he moved up some chickens up on her patio. Beautiful patio, flower garden. Put his old chickens out there. There's nothing wrong with chickens. But there was feathers and there was chicken poop everywhere. And she's upset with him, and he happened to tell me about it in confidence, That's the way us guys are. We keep secrets. And so I'm talking on the phone one night, and she, in the same room with her, and his phone's on speaker, and I know it. And I hear her talking. I says, "You get them chickens off that patio? That wasn't right." Oh boy, that lit it up. That got her going. And she's on him. I loved it. All right. Deborah Barnes, good morning. Miss Dallas, Janet, Mary Coker, good morning to all you guys. I think today, and Ben finishes that trailer, if he gets through it in time, we'll start putting up these other pickets. I've got to put a couple of runners along there to screw into. I'll do that while he's out there working on the trailer. And it's supposed to rain. It's supposed to be 80% chance of rain, so we don't know how much we'll get done. I said, you can work in the barn. It'll be dry in there. I'll unload that trailer if we don't get nothing else done. So he's coming to do that for sure. Funny thing was, Dustin, Jill brought the girls, and here comes little Pigly, Bree's little black pig. That's the cutest little pig. I come over every day to eat for snacks, and I give them to her. I'll throw her some corn out there or some cookies, whatever. She eat anything. And Dustin picked her up. Well, she squeals like a pig. You know, yeah, squeal like a pig. Uh, that's what Will says Ronnie does. He squeals. And yeah, like Piggly. But Piggly is so cute. Jill says, put her down. My goodness, you hear her squealing? He says, yeah, but she's so cute. He's older, she is just squealing away. She is cute and just a sweet little thing. And the dogs all like her. You know, Buster run up, you know, and smell of her and like, you know, nibble at her on her face and she just slap him away, you know, and just keep right on going about her business. Janet, good morning. She is cute. Oh, he squeals for Cheetos. Yeah, he will squeal for some Cheetos. He sent me a video of how he eats his Cheetos. I mean, he just gobbles them down. And then I said, I'm going to put that on my live one day. He knows you there. So I'm not going to do it unless Jimmy asked me to. Yeah, if Jimmy asked me to, because Jimmy saw it too. Yeah, I like a Cookie Monster. Somebody, I don't know what the going on. I don't know about Cheetos and bean dip, but I'll tell you a story about bean dip. Yeah, here we go. When I first got sent to North Carolina in the Marines, we'd eat bean dip for years. I think, I don't know the brand, you know, it's bean dip. And you can buy Fritos, and boy, that was a good meal. You know, a glass of tea and Fritos and bean dip. So G and I said, I'm gonna run to the store and get some bean dip, some Cheetos. I mean, some Fritos. I think they had the Fritos, but I said, bean dip, they had no idea what I was talking about. And I'm sure by now in North Carolina, y'all got bean dip or something similar. But, okay, thank you, weatherman. But they had no idea. So I went to about 3 or 4 different little stores and nobody knew what bean dip was. I said, now, this has got to change. This can't be. It can't be. You have to eat something else. Eat real food. I may make some beans today. I've been thinking about some beans. No, he don't like to be called a donkey. He sure don't. Ivan does not like that word donkey, and that little old Coda Bear does it on purpose, just to make him mad. Okay, there is bean dip in North Carolina. It wasn't then, or at least wasn't in Jacksonville where we was at. It is a favorite snack of mine too. I haven't had it in a while, but it is good. But they sure didn't have it back then. Ivan's a pony. He probably thinks he's a thoroughbred. Yeah, he probably thinks he is. But so far, him and Miracle have been getting along good this time. There's been no pushing or shoving unless it's cookie time. And then, you know, he backs some ears and everybody kind of stays back when he gets his share of the cookies. Now, he does share, but I don't think it's by choice. Lou Ra, yes, you are welcome. Thank you, glad you're here. But it's not by choice, you know. You got to give everybody some cookies. So, yeah, Dustin probably needs some good beans to eat. He probably does. Good morning, Arlene and Sharon. Yeah, beans, you guys got the wrong impression about beans. There's a way to do it, or a way to do it. Now, I know beans cause some issues, but the lady I worked with always making beans, and I made a joke about it one day. And she said, well, all you do is, and she does hers in the microwave. She said, I put them in the microwave, you know, fresh water naturally, for about 20 minutes, He said, and let them just cook for like 20 minutes in the microwave. He said, then you pour that water off. He said, that water be brown. Pour it off. He said, there went your gas. That was where the gas was at. I tried, and she was right. And then go ahead and cook them your regular way. No problem. These beans that Steve sent, this, what's the name, Woody? What's the name of them beans, Steve? Anyway, they're real similar to pinto beans, but they, no problems anyway. Anyway you go with them. I can't remember the name of it. Cranberry beans, yeah, thank you. Cranberry beans, yeah. But they're very similar to pinto beans. To me, they taste like they got a little bit, maybe a sweeter taste to them. But G, and people say, why do you do that? G puts sugar in almost everything she cooks. Chili gets sugar. Beans get sugar. Toward the end. Not a lot, but some, she says, cuts the edge. Well, some of us like to live on the edge. Yeah, but it's okay. But I'll tell you what happened. I was making beans for a church cook-off. And I make good beans, I think. And there's lots of folks cooking different things. You know, there's a lot of folks cooking beans, and I cook beans. And I do them my regular way. I brought them in for G to taste, you know. She said, yeah, they're good, but she said, why don't you put a little bit of sugar in them? She said, yeah, they'll like that. So I did. I put, I don't know, 1/4 of a cup of sugar or whatever it was, and started it all in, you know, and let them simmer for a few minutes. My beans won. My beans won, hands down, on the cook-off. I said, okay, from now on. In fact, Cheryl said it almost had like a little sweet aftertaste. I said, yeah, it did. What was in it? Oh, a family secret. My best dish with beans, and I'm not able to really eat a lot of it anymore, is like French fries in the bottom of a bowl, you know, so deep. And then put your beans on top of that, and maybe a little ketchup, hot sauce, a little Tabasco. Stir it all up. Yeah, cornbread. Yeah, you got a meal there. You got a meal. It's gonna stick with you. It'll stick with you. You may gain a pound, but it's gonna stick with you. I'm not a big fan of boiled peanuts. I like roasted peanuts. I like raw peanuts. I like salted peanuts. Just never had a big taste for the boiled ones. But I'm the same way with shrimp. I love fried shrimp or grilled or whatever. I just don't care for the boiled shrimp. I can eat it if it's in something like gumbo, you know. But just a platter of boiled shrimp. Go fry mine real quick. Throw it in the skillet. All right. That's just me. That's just me. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to show you. Can y'all see? Can you see that picket fence back there on the other side of the garden? Okay, that's what big. It's gonna go all the way over to that corner over here. And that's gonna cut off all that whatever may be out in Logan's pasture, which is okay. I don't have a problem with it, so it'll be pretty. You know, we put plants and stuff along in front of it. I've got my plants that I planted on this fence over beside Bree's fence that I got from Ronnie, and the ones that Dorothy sent me, and then the 2 little fig trees that I got from Jimmy are at the very back there, and all of them are doing, I think, doing well. The little trees I just recently got from Dorothy, you know, the leaves naturally, they said will come off, and they may not come back on for a while, but they'll be alive. Just keep them, you know, watered and stuff, and I do that. So, my dad would take cornbread and crumble it up in a pint jar or whatever, or a glass, whatever, and pour milk over it and eat it. I've seen them do that for supper. I can eat it. Never cared for it that much. But it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just not something that fills me up. But they grew up like that. He said many a day. That's what they had for supper. They had no milk cow, and my grandma would make cornbread, and they'd pour that milk on that bread. So they always had milk, and they kept it in a jug down the well. They'd pull it up to be cold and pour it over their cornbread, and that'd be their meal. And that was one of his favorites. He loved it. He grew up on it. Chili on top of cornbread. I like crackers with my chili. That may be crazy, but I always like I crumble up crackers in my chili. I think a lot of the folks, guys. She said her dad did the same thing. I think a lot of older generation folks, especially country folks, did that. Maybe city people too. I don't know. But I think country people did. I know my grandpa and my grandmother and all of them did. You know, on my mom's side, my mom did it. I think a lot of folks grew up like that, and it was something normal, you know, for a meal, just cornbread and milk, you know. I can't go buttermilk. Buttermilk. I've tried buttermilk. I just don't do well with buttermilk. Fresh milk is fine. And like I say, I can eat it. I can eat it like that. I don't care for I don't want no buttermilk. My dad loved buttermilk. He'd sit there and pour up a glass of buttermilk, just sit there and drink it and enjoy the heck out of it. Yeah, a lot of folks, and we do too, put rice, you know, mix rice in our chili, or chili over our rice and stuff. Yeah, almost every time we have chili, we'll make a pot of rice too, yeah. And we'll cook cornbread, but I always like to use crackers myself. Ronnie likes Bulgarian buttermilk. Now, I don't know what that is. So I guess there's something. I've never, you know, looked at the buttermilk section to see what kind of buttermilks they had. So I guess it may be something, you know, different. I was kind of in shock, and I probably should have knew this, but I never looked. Cow butter. You can buy cow butter, real cow butter, in the store. And I didn't have no idea. And I knew how to make cow butter. Make it. And I've done it on here before. But I've never bought it. And someone said you can buy it. So I went the next time I was at Walmart, I looked at in the butter section. Sure enough, yeah, there's cow butter, salted cow butter and unsalted. But we made cow butter all our lives growing up. My dad, we always had a Jersey cow because Jerseys give more cream. And he'd bring the bucket of milk in the evenings, strain it, and put it in a big old wide mouth jar with a lid on it and put it in the ice box. Well, the next morning that cream would rose to the top. It'd be solid cream at the top. And he'd take a big spoon and spoon that out into another jar, which is nothing but cream. You get all he could, the rest of it you stir it back up, it just got drinked with the milk. When that jar of cream got about half full, that was a big jug too, like a gallon jar. He'd set it out, let it come to room temperature, and then he'd just start churning, and he'd just shake it. He'd sit there watching the news or sit there by the wood heater if it's winter time, just shake it back and forth. And eventually, 15 minutes or so, you'll see that cream separate, or the whey separate from the actual butter. It would separate. And then he'd dip it out, the butter out, and squeeze it, get all that milk still in it. Put it in a bowl, salt it down a little bit, and that was our cow butter. Delicious stuff. delicious stuff. So, but yeah, we've made butter on here before. It's fun. I've had contests with Kim and contests with different ones. LE and Lex, and LE didn't do real well with his because we fixed his little jar up. All you gotta do is shake it. Well, he loves football. He's constantly like he's gonna throw it like you're gonna be a pass. You gotta shake it steady, LE. Steady, steady. But it took him a long time to make butter. But everybody makes butter, or could make butter, and did. Kim took her, I think, 11 minutes. I think I did it in 10. She was right behind me at 11. And that's her first time. She could probably do it quicker now. Dot got to go. Dot, you have a great day, sweetie. Have a great day. Joanna from Australia. Hello, sweetie. Yeah, I love to see where people are from. There's Jackie. Good morning, Jackie. Reba. People say where they're from. That's awesome to me. I think it's just awesome to see where all they're from. There's someone from Montana. Yep, fast and steady. I'm kind of slow and steady. Canton, Ohio. Awesome, yeah. I'm looking forward to Southern California, Wisconsin, yeah, Australia, 52 degrees. Wow. It must be wintertime down there. Sweden, Indiana, Ohio, Georgia. You know, some of you guys see other people coming on here from maybe the same state you're from. Sometimes you folks find out you're kind of not that far from each other. That's pretty neat. East coast of Australia. Seattle. I got kin folks in Seattle. My oldest brother, his family, all his family lives in Seattle. He has a ranch down close to the Oregon border, but he retired from his business there in Seattle. Topeka, Kansas. Northwest Arkansas, Florida, West Virginia. I'm trying to catch these names. Montgomery, North Alabama, Jacksonville, Maryland, Missouri. Awesome. I think it's pretty neat. And I was telling Ronnie one day, I said, Ronnie, and this applies to me, I said, have you ever thought we would know people, and I say knowing, friends like you guys, all over the world, or they would know who Ronnie Neal was, that naked man in Louisiana. You know, would they know that? You know, people like in Australia would know that. And he said, no, I never knew anybody like that know that. I said, well, they do now, Ronnie. They do. They know it. They all know it. Yeah. And people all over the world knowing Wild Bill over there quick drawing in his undies. You know, who would know? You know, they know it now. But I try to hold these guys up. You know, I try to hold them up. They're good guys. Montgomery County, Maryland. Okay. Yeah, we're about to run out of time here. I just want to tell y'all, for you new folks, I'm glad you're here. Perth, Western Australia. Awesome. We're so glad to have you on here. The new folks are glad to have the old ones back. And I'm telling you, if you'll come on back, and if you know someone that don't have someone to chat with in the mornings, tell them it's 3 days a week we do it. Come on back. They'll enjoy it, I think. And they can see where other people are from and what's going on with different people in their lives. And it's not always fun and happy stuff that comes on, but most of the time it's pleasant, you know. We all have at times sickness in the families or even deaths in the families. You know, those things happen. We can pray for each other though, you know. Will just got through with having a death in his family, and keep him in your prayers, him and his family. Ireland, good, all right, Ireland. That's where my roots are, Ireland. Yeah. In Scotland, all over that area. Omaha, Lincoln, Nebraska. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to be cutting it off. I've enjoyed it this morning, guys. I'm looking forward to the house getting started. Right now we're at a standstill. We can do outside area stuff. We're at a standstill until they get back with us, and we can agree on what we want done, and then they'll get started. And once they get started, once they get it dried in, and I'm hoping there's no rain. They said they can do it in a week. I'm hoping there's no rain that week. They can just come on and get started and get it done and get out, and then we can work on the inside at our leisure, you know. And we'll put an air conditioner in there. I'll wire it, put an air conditioner so if it's hot, we can go in there and work it to cool. And I think we can have some fun at it. We're not going to be, well, G will be rushed. We're not going to be rushed. G just can't wait. But if we can keep her settled down, people can come and go as they want to and help do different things. And we get it done, get into it. And I think it'll be nice. And then Dustin and them can get over here and get into this one. And he'll be a lot of help here on the farm. He's a hard worker. And anytime you holler at him, he'll come and do anything you need done. And there's some things he wants to do to the house that I'm probably not able to do anymore that he can get up there and do. So it's gonna be good. I know G's gonna be excited on them little girls be running in and out of that door, plus them little two across the street here, in and out of the door. I'll probably have to go out to my kitchen, my man cave, camper, leave town. I love you guys. Y'all take care. Welcome all new folks. Welcome old folks. I love you guys. Y'all take care. See y'all back here on, what's the day? See you back here on Friday, okay? And my videos every day. Catch you later.